Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. We gear up for a weekend of Premier League football, Championship football even, where we begin to look at who can make the playoffs because we want to get an idea of who's going to be in the Premier League next season. Now, some of you are probably going to be worried as Chelsea supporters thinking, oh no, but that might not apply to us, we might be in the Championship. As I said in, did I say it in a video lately? I said it on All You Can Eat Chelsea. I'm not sure if I've actually said it on this channel. Have I? I think I have. Chelsea have muddled up all of our brains. So I actually had to go and calculate, right, to see if I put in all the results that I think will happen and I put Chelsea to lose all the games, will Chelsea actually go down? And we were only 4 points off of safety. So we did actually survive in terms of the calculations. Now, that depends on Leeds and Everton actually losing a lot of games because their fixtures are looking quite tough. So I don't expect them to win the games. That's why I put them to lose, and hence why Chelsea survived by 4 points if we were to lose every game. Mathematically, that could be different, but the chances are very, very slim. Leeds and Everton have to perform miracles, which are just not looking likely. So, thinking about who's going to be promoted does, I think, apply to us, just about. I can't believe we're in this situation. But Premier League football this weekend, on top of that, but no Chelsea. Because Chelsea play on Tuesday, and Chelsea play against Arsenal at the Emirates. And I'm seeing a lot of Arsenal fans. This is actually quite weird. I'm seeing a lot of Arsenal fans going, nah, you know what? Chelsea might actually get the points. I don't think they actually realise just how bad it is for us. They think that, because they, I want to say bottled it, but because they lost to Manchester City and because of the results prior to that, and now they're looking like they're not going to win the Premier League title, they think that they're going to be on the beach and Chelsea are going to come to town and take points. Newsflash, I'll give you my preview on Monday, right? But Arsenal, trust me, you're okay. You're okay. Believe me, yeah? You guys think you're on the beach. You guys are still able to even score a goal, let alone us. So, look, we'll see what happens. I will give you my preview for that on Monday. But there's two things that I wanted to discuss with you today. And that is a certain piece of news which is just, it's just baffled my brain. Right, and then we're going to end in terms of Pochettino and the latest, right? Because we kind of need to understand what's going on, right? And I'll get to that. But let's start off with article number one. This came from Nizar Kinsella today. I'm going to show you this and we'll analyse it after I've done reading, yeah? So let's get into it. Here it is. Chelsea forced into U-turn over Physio. Jose Calvaro exit after plea from unhappy players. Blues have rehired the well-respected Spaniard amid ongoing changes to their medical department. Article goes on to state, Chelsea have been forced into a climb down after rehiring a physio that left last year following a plea from players to bring him back. Jose Calvaro left in September after more than 6 years at Stamford Bridge as part of an overhaul of backroom staff by new owners Todd Bowley and Clearlake Capital. The well-respected Spaniard had been working at Chelsea since 2016 and departed along with long-serving medical chiefs Thierry Laurent and Paco Biosca. Calvaro joined Italian Serie B side Como, where former Chelsea captain Dennis Wise is president and ex-Blues midfielder Cesc Fabregas a player. Chelsea players were unhappy with his departure and some felt the upheaval in the medical department was partly to blame for an injury crisis that hit the squad before the World Cup. They asked the club to bring Calvaro back, but he was already tied into a contract with Como, and in January, Chelsea were only able to agree a deal for him to return for 1 day a week as a consultant. Since then, he has flown to London to work with the team every Sunday. This football club. What's happened to us, man? What in the blue hell's happened to us? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I'm gonna put the question to you guys now. Like, this is getting ridiculous. What's going on? What are we doing? What are we actually doing? Now, some people, and to an extent I can get it, are going to be like, oh, well, at least they corrected their wrong. They really? They didn't correct the wrong. If they corrected the wrong, they would have brought him back, right, on a full-time. That's not correcting the wrong. Bringing him back every Sunday. Flying him in from Italy to London every Sunday for him to fly back and then come back the next Sunday as a consultant is not correcting the wrong. And it goes to show you, the underlying factor isn't the fact that they're flying him back every Sunday, right? To be honest, look, they want to try and correct the wrong. That's their way of doing it. But it goes to show you. And I have to say, shout out to Miz, the other side of the coin for this, because he said it quite a while ago when all those changes were being made. Do you remember? Sack the medical department, sack the canteen staff, sack the cleaners, sack everybody, right? Get everyone out. For me, I didn't see anyone say it. He was the first one. Everyone jumped on board after. And fair play, because I agree with it. But he was the first one to say, getting rid of that many people that quickly is suicide. And that doesn't just apply to like a football club, any organisation. You come in and you just sweep everything out. And then you try and hire everyone brand new. It's craziness. And at first it looks great because, it's new, it's a change, it's great, let's start afresh, great, turn a new leaf, fantastic. No. No. You need some sort of continuity. You need some sort of transition, some sort of handover. There was barely even that with Marina and Cech and all those guys at the top, let alone the other rest of the club, the staff. It just goes to show you that from the get-go, the doubts that were being mentioned at the start, which a lot of people, including myself, didn't want to really pay much attention to, in terms of, do these guys actually know what they're doing? Again, I say this, and I've said it for quite some time over the last 2-3 weeks. Day by day, a little bit longer. Day by day, there's more proof showing that, yeah, guess what? It seems even more and more likely they don't know what they're doing. How can it's crazy that they sack that many people, including the medical staff, what was it? Even the medical director they got rid of, and then they sack everybody. And now, because the players have gone, hey, no, we kind of like this guy. What are you doing? We want him back. Okay, all right, fly him in every Sunday. It's just, oh man, this football club, man. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say, because we're seeing what we're seeing on the pitch. We're seeing what we're seeing in terms of management. We're seeing what we're seeing in terms of some of the decisions. But even in the core of the football club, even the backroom staff, and we're getting that wrong, and then they're having to fold under player pressure. Guess, yeah, you know what? Let's just fly him back every Sunday because the players kind of like him. I thought your data was working. What happened? Your data should tell you that the guys that you've hired are more to the job, right? No, they're the ones that are going to come in and buy the data, do everything according to what the data states. No, that's not what's happened. The players are unhappy. Oh, wow. We didn't know that, did we? It's obvious the players are completely unhappy. They're extremely, I'd say not just unhappy, but mentally defragmented, destroyed, right? And I don't want this to turn into a conversation of, no, it's player power. It's player power. No, it's player power when you have owners or managers or that actually clearly know what they're doing, and the players are getting the upper hand. This isn't the case. Players have had 4 managers, about to have a 5th in the space of 12 months. I mean, come on, man. And they've got new owners that are making these sort of errors. If you are certain that you are going to sack somebody, you need to have someone in line. You need to know where you're going. Hence why when it came to the manager situation and I was saying, no, you know what, get rid of Graham Potter because it's not good enough. Why do you think that even when I said we need an interim, even if it's an interim, cool, take it to the end of the season. But what happens when I heard that, it's Frank Lampard? I'm like, no, this isn't what I expected. No, this is clearly a bad decision. But people were on the vibes, right? Okay, we'll go with the vibes and you'll just see what happens. Lo and behold, look what's happened, right? It's not a surprise. But you need to have a plan. They folded under fan pressure to sack Graham Potter because it was the fans, right? Without a plan of what to do afterwards. Then they thought, let's get Lampard in just to shut these fans up. Again, reacting to what the fans are doing instead of thinking about what you need to do to take the club forward. Have a plan. Even now, we're talking about Poch. I'll get to Poch in a sec. Right? But this takes the cake, man. This takes the cake. We've got this physio, Jose Calvaro, who's been coming back to Chelsea once a week on a Sunday. It's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But there we are. So, yeah, I don't know. Has that helped the players? I don't know. Clearly, by the results, probably not. But at least they have someone nice to talk to in and amongst Cobham that they kind of know from the previous regime. And there's one guy that survived, Jose Calvaro. Everyone else has been chopped. They are unbelievable. Okay, let's talk about Poch. Because we're talking about doing the right thing. We're talking about moving forward, right? So that means we need a plan. Ultimately, which is what I've said. Poch, what's going on? We've still not heard anything. You know, we kind of need to move this and get it going, right? Because, you know, our worst fear is what I'm going to tell you after I read this piece of news out for all of you guys now. So here's the latest, apparently, on Poch. And it's come from a very, very unlikely source. If all of you are familiar with TalkSport, Alan Brazil. If you're not familiar with TalkSport, go and look up Alan Brazil. He's one of the hosts and radio presenters on TalkSport. But apparently he's got a direct link with Pochettino, and he's gone on to say this. Here it is. Tottenham manager news. Mauricio Pochettino so disappointed by snub after waiting for Daniel Levy call. Ex-Spurs boss set to join Chelsea amid claims he wanted Tottenham reunion. Goes on to say, Mauricio Pochettino was sitting by the phone waiting for a call from Tottenham before entering into talks with Chelsea. His close confidant, Alan Brazil, has claimed. With Spurs looking for a new permanent manager after the departure of Antonio Conte, the idea of reappointing Pochettino, who enjoyed a productive spell in North London between 2014 and 2019, has been mooted by many. But Tottenham chairman Daniel Levy is reluctant to admit his mistake in sacking Pochettino, and now Spurs fans are forced to watch on as Chelsea approach Pochettino to be their next boss. It is expected that the Argentine will be appointed to take over at the end of the season. In a conversation with former Chelsea fullback Scott Minto on TalkSport, former Tottenham player Brazil revealed the closeness of his relationship with Pochettino, detailing one of the recent chairs about the manager's next job. Minto joked he was surprised Pochettino didn't tell radio host Brazil about his impending move to Chelsea. I really like the guy. I think he's a top bloke, but one thing I do know, he was so disappointed that Spurs didn't even contact him, said Brazil. I spoke to Poch a few weeks ago and he was sitting by the phone almost waiting for Spurs to come and call him. He wants a bit of the Premier League again and it looks as if he could be on his way to Chelsea. So, what did we learn with this? We've learned that Chelsea got to get a move on. Because it seems like Tottenham haven't even picked the phone to ask Poch, to even say hello to Poch. They've not even done that. So TikTok, because Chelsea, as I've said, need to get a move on now. Even if it means he comes in at the end of the season, absolutely, but get a deal agreed ASAP, please. ASAP. That way everyone knows where it's going, the players know where it's going, Poch knows what to do, can start preparing, that way on day one he has a plan on what to do with this squad and what he wants to do taking Chelsea forward. And there's no hope or, as for Spurs, no danger for Chelsea fans that Spurs might just think, Daniel Levy might just wake up one morning and go, oh no, you know what? It could be the best option. I'm having second thoughts. Okay. Hey, Poch, long time no speak. Because if that happens, there is a risk. There is a risk that Poch, even with advanced negotiations with Chelsea, could just go, maybe I go back to Tottenham. Maybe. Can't take that risk. So get a move on, because it seems like we haven't got anyone else in the managerial running, unless are we actually going to go and get Vincent Kompany? Because bloody hell, if that were to happen, we might as well shut the club. Just shut the club. Close it. Just close it. We don't need to see anything at that point. Just shut the club. We'll do watching all the other teams in the Premier League and the Championship. Just shut the club. We don't need to. Why bother? Poch seems like the only realistic and actually decent option that Chelsea want to pursue. So go and get it done. What is taking so long now? We've had what is it, 3 weeks or so for an interview? I mean, it's the longest interview in the world. You know, I know Chelsea like to take their time with things, but bloody hell, you know, get a move on. Get a move on, please, before, at least get this right. At least get this right. Before, as I've said, there's a risk that maybe Tottenham, because don't forget, they've got an interim in place. They need to get a manager. Who knows? Who knows? Daniel Levy might wake up to his senses one morning and go, okay, you know what? Let's just try and get Poch back. And who do you think he's going to go for if he were to come in between a choice, Tottenham or Chelsea? As much as Chelsea seems more appealing, there's a history there. I can't blame Poch if he does choose Tottenham over Chelsea. I can't blame him. He's got a history there. You know, the fans love him. There's a bond there. It's like if imagine if it came to it somehow and Jose Mourinho had to choose between Chelsea and Spurs. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. We could offer him less money and he'd choose us. Of course he would. Same with Poch here. So Chelsea, get a move on, please. ASAP. Get the deal done and then let him come in at the end of the season, because clearly they want to keep Frank Lampard. So let's see what happens with Frank Lampard at the end of the season. Don't think it's going to be very good. But let's wait and see. Let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated in relation to all of that. The news about the physio. Jose Calvaro, welcome back to... No, so is that how you say his name? Jose... I've lost the plot here. Jose Calvaro. I got the name right. Welcome back to Chelsea. Didn't know you were back, but welcome back, mate. At least I get to say welcome back to someone. Many want Roman back. It's not going to happen. Maybe we get Jose Calvaro. Welcome back. And let me know about Poch, Tottenham, Alan Brazil, Chelsea. Get a move on. Let me know down below your thoughts on all of that as well. Much appreciated. And I will see all of you for a brand new video tomorrow. Have a good one, people. I'll see all of you then. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed this. Don't forget to check out the second channel. Link in the description as well. Sub over there for generic content. And I will see all of you tomorrow on here. Much appreciated, people. See you then. Take care. And peace.